Hello and welcome back to Jasa Glass. I'm doing another 360 video here again, but I'm gonna reframe it this time to move the camera for you. And so this is like a classic video, but I have more camera angles to work from without setting up multiple cameras. And so if I want to look behind real quick, that'll be done with the same camera that's looking forward. And so as a videographer, I do enjoy this kind of editing more. I'm not just trying to show you a video, I'm trying to create a memory, sculpting that real life experience into something more memorable. And if I can teach you something along the way, either driving more defensively or sculpting some glass artwork with your hands, that makes it all more purposeful for me. Now you can tell this parking lot is great slow speed practice for how many holes I have to avoid. That's something to watch out for besides the people coming in and out of their cars or smaller vehicles going down the road. And now don't be afraid to stop or take things slow as you're entering onto a road. A motorcycle does take finer motor control, such as balance. So to perform a balancing act into traffic while still learning to operate the clutch can be a bit daunting. You know, stalling the bike, having trouble with the gears, even accidentally dropping it at a stop. To a certain extent, those are okay. Turning wide into traffic and hitting a car head-on is not okay. And so traffic is that one element you might have a margin of control over if you're patient and take your time. Which patience overall can be very helpful for control of the vehicle. Stalling out in traffic can make you feel a little panicked. And so if you just take a moment, take a deep breath, and then start to continue back on your journey. From there, patiently using the clutch and throttle is important as well. You can draw out your movements, engaging the throttle a little slower to get the power you need, then slowly disengaging the clutch to let that power take hold at a more controlled rate. And now I'm going to slow down here a bit. This is just a beautiful strip of road with all these trees here. I just really love a scenic forest route, and especially at the right times. You know, the sun kind of peeking through, casting shadows on the road. Of course, you can see the same thing in a car, but it feels a little bit more like a detached experience. It's almost like going to a movie theater and seeing a projection of people on a screen versus a live performance seen on a stage. You get the smells of the area, the temperature, the wind, which if you're going fast enough is almost like sitting on the wing of a plane. Now, although it's fun to kind of sway back and forth like a rocking chair, I do have to be careful because over here is a very tight turn, very obstructed as well. And although it does have a stop sign, I'm going to assume not everyone's going to see it and look myself to be careful. And now here, I'm kind of dodging the cracks and potholes in the road. It's not as bad as the parking lot at the start of the video. I'm doing it here just a little bit more for practice. And even though conditions might not seem too bad, you always want to keep an eye out. Sometimes it takes an accident for the city to want to fix something. So you don't want to be the city's test dummy. We have two trailers coming up on the right here. One of them seems to have some gravel or something on the road, but they have it mostly contained. Anytime there's a trailer, someone could be loading or unloading something across the street. If it's a quick job, they'll sometimes just park in the median or in the middle of the street, so be ready for that. But generally, I choose my lane position based on different conditions. For cars parked on the right, I might choose a position further on the left. For oncoming cars on the left, I might feel a little safer on the right. And then for crossing through intersections or stopping behind a vehicle, I want to choose a position which makes me the most visible. And now I'm going to have to pull past this stop sign as this person on the left wants to grow a tree to block the road, I guess. I'll turn right here and then left up here on this next turn. Coming up is a four-way stop, which you generally leave in the order that you arrive. But the car on the left rides at the same time as I do, which I find so annoying. Personally, I like to brake just a little sooner or later, just to manipulate the timing. but technically you're supposed to yield to the person on your right. I'm turning left here, so I have to check for pedestrians, but I also have an oncoming truck I need to watch out for. And finally turning right up here, I'll reach my destination, but not before running into a slight problem. There's a person backing up in my path, which leaves me out in the street. In my car, I don't mind blocking the road because I'm in a big metal box, but here I can't afford to get rear-ended. And so if I focus on the front wheel of the car, I can get more direct information. If they're turning the wheel left or right, if those spokes are nudging forward or backward. You know, if I'm passing in front of someone and I notice their spokes start to edge forward before I pass, that tells me they're not patient. That tells me I might need to accelerate a little faster. Now, as I arrive, I'll turn the bike off, put the kickstand down. I'm not sure if it'd be better to stand to do this, as the bike could roll forward as I'm sitting on it, or someone could rear end me. And then before I leave, I turn the bike on for about 30 seconds to help circulate the oil. I'll take this time to put my gloves on, my helmet on, zip up my protective jacket before I head back out on the road. And before you head to another video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss my other content. I normally work with fire, melting glass, and sculpting it with my hands. A unique craft called lamp working, which has changed my life, and now I'm offering a view of it into yours.